Okay, get this. You've probably already entered into like half a dozen contracts today, and you didn't even realize it. Yeah, we tend to think of contracts as these massive, scary legal documents. But what if I told you just buying a cup of coffee is a contract? Let's spend a few minutes and figure out what that word really means.
So, to get us started, let's think about something super simple. Imagine your friend spots you for lunch and you go, "Hey, thanks, I'll totally get you back on Friday." That's an agreement, right? A clear promise. But is it actually a contract?
And that's really the big question, isn't it? When does a simple promise, a casual agreement, cross that line and become something that's legally binding? To figure that out, let's start by knocking down what most of us think a contract is.
You know, most of us have a kind of gut feeling about what makes a contract. And usually the first thing that comes to mind is this idea that it's just about two people agreeing on something.
This one sounds right, doesn't it? A mutual understanding. I mean, that's definitely the foundation for any kind of deal. You say you'll pay your friend back, they understand that, everyone's on the same page. It really feels like we're getting somewhere with this definition.
But here's the twist. While you absolutely have to have a mutual understanding, that alone isn't what makes an agreement a contract. Think of it like a key piece of the puzzle for sure, but it's still missing that one secret ingredient that gives it real legal power.
All right, so if it's more than just an understanding, then maybe it's all about the format, right? A lot of people think a contract has to be some formal written-down document full of legalese. Or maybe that it only counts for, big business deals. Well, here's the thing. The format doesn't actually define it. A spoken promise can absolutely be a contract, and a super long 10-page written document might not be one at all. So whether it's verbal or it's in writing, that's not the deciding factor.
So let's recap. We've ruled out a couple of big ideas. It's not just about agreeing on something, and it's not about whether it's spoken or written down. So what is it? What is that one essential element that turns a simple, everyday promise into a genuine, legally recognized contract?
And this, right here, brings us to the very heart of it. We're about to see the simple, powerful definition that separates a casual promise you make to a friend from a truly binding agreement. And there it is, so short, so simple, and incredibly powerful. A contract is an agreement which the law will enforce. Just let that sink in for a second. It's not any agreement. It's a very specific kind of agreement. This is it. This is the whole ball game. That last part of the phrase, which the law will enforce, that changes everything. Legal enforceability, that's the secret ingredient. It means that if one person breaks their promise, the other person can actually turn to the legal system to get help. So why is this one little idea so important? I mean, what does enforceability really give us in the real world? Well, as it turns out, it's pretty much the foundation of trust for our entire society.
And you can see exactly how it works right here. Enforceability gives us protection. It's like a safety net, making sure our agreements are taken seriously. And that sense of protection is what allows us to build trust, not just with people we know, but with strangers, with businesses, with banks. It's really the engine of our economy. And if that trust ever gets broken, well, there's a remedy, a clear legal path to make things right. It's this powerful cycle that kind of keeps everything running.
And this isn't some abstract idea for big corporations. It's everywhere. Your cell phone plan, that's a contract. Your employment agreement, a contract. Every single time you click I agree on a website, yep, you're entering into a contract. Even something as simple as buying a cup of coffee is a contract, a small but enforceable agreement where you promise to pay and they promise to give you that coffee.
So let's just end on this one thought. Now that you know a contract is basically any agreement that the law will enforce, from the huge and life-changing to the super mundane, just think back on your day. How many of these enforceable promises did you actually make? I'm going to bet the answer is way, way more than you think.